we're going to start off talking about Spurs. Now, Spurs, of course, travel to Eintracht Frankfurt in the Champions League. It's live on talkSPORT tonight. And ahead of the game, the Spurs boss, Antonio Conte, spoke about why Spence and Doherty have not featured a lot this season.
I see every day what happened during the training session, and I try to do the best for the team. And if they trust me, and they trust me. But the choices are mine. If I didn't decide to pick one player, it means that maybe he's not ready. Also Doherty last season played every game, and now I'm not seeing him in the right way to start the game. I'm not stupid. I don't want to lose.
Wow, I mean, the end of that, I'm not stupid, I don't want to lose.
Yeah.
Is that basically him saying I'm not picking him because I'm not stupid and I don't want to lose? I.e., if I pick him, I'll lose. I'm not stupid.
No, but maybe he's saying he's not right. I mean, you look at him at the back end of last season, Matt Doherty. I mean, he missed the last 7 games because he was injured. He was out injured. But he's only featured... He's not started a Premier League game this season. I think he's featured once. He's not been...
He came on against your mob at the weekend.
Yeah. But I don't know if Antonio Conte is basically saying that, listen, I'm doing him a favour. He's not quite ready yet. He's not fully fit. He's not up to speed yet, so I'm not going to throw him in there. And the team get beaten also himself. He doesn't come out of any kind of positive. Do you know what I mean? He comes out of there being absolutely battered whoever he's playing against. That's not giving him a fair opportunity to succeed. So in that regard, I can kind of understand what he's talking about with Matt Doherty, but with Jed Spence as well, that's the weird one because the guy played 42 games last season. He's fully fit, ready to go, and he's made 1 appearance for Spurs this season.
Ironically against Forest.
And it was 1 minute. But he obviously played it 70 minutes for England under 21s against Italy. But clearly he feels that Jed Spence right now coming out of the championships isn't up to the level that he'd expect. But when you've got Emerson Royale, who's making mistakes and let Spurs down at the weekend, now's the chance to give him an opportunity. Someone's got to step up. But it's a strange one. But if you're a player and you hear these type of comments, you'd be like, oh, okay, well, what does he mean? It's not good confidence for the players. It's almost saying that if I put him in and he lets us down, it's his fault, not my fault.
There have been whispers that Allegri's time at Juve may be up, and Antonio Conte has been linked to that club. Do you think these are maybe the first cracks, the first chinks in his armour that are suggesting that if he's throwing all his toys out the pram and he's moaning about this and that and he's blaming certain players that are not ready, that maybe this is the first part of him saying eventually I'll be going or not? Do you see him being at Spurs long term?
Yeah, I mean, certainly for now. And we know that he doesn't tend to stay at places for too long. Even with Juve in a minute, and we know he's got a strong connection with that football club. I think what he's doing down there at Spurs, then maybe not playing as well as people would like, but they are getting results, and they currently sit 3rd in the Premier League.
But they haven't played great this season.
Well, they haven't, but I think that's the Antonio Conte way, because if you look at...
Maybe.
So you look at the Premier League, for instance, right? You talk about possession. Spurs, on average, have had possession 47.9% of the time, right? Now, Man City, Liverpool, Arsenal, Brighton, Chelsea, United, Newcastle, Leeds, Villa, Wolves and Leicester all have more possession.
Wow.
Have a higher possession base than Tottenham. But currently, there's only Manchester City and Arsenal that sit above them. So clearly it's working. But
I just wonder if the way Spurs are playing now, certainly against, I mentioned your team at the weekend, when he took off Perisic, Richarlison and Son, and Spurs needed a goal.
Yeah, he threw the towel in.
Basuma, Sessegnon and Doherty.
Yeah, threw the towel in. He didn't want to get smashed. But then he spoke about it, didn't he?
Yeah.
He said, and I'm not quite sure if he was having a pop at United and teams like that, where he said, I don't want to get beat 5, 6, 7. Like that's just not in my nature. That never ever happens to me. So it was almost like you could say, listen, he's won domestic trophies, big trophies wherever he's been.
Yeah.
That might be him just saying, you know what? What's the point? The game's over. He might have known in himself, Arsenal are playing really, really well. We're down to 10 men. We're not going to win this game. So rather than we go and get beat by our local rivals 4, 5, 6 and it'd be worse, let's just shut up shop, be hard to play against. If we can get something from the game, we do, but we're not going to go and chase it. So I can understand that. But if you're a Spurs fan, and I've spoke to some Spurs fans saying, no, he should have gone for it. But it's about him understanding his situation and where exactly he's at.
Okay.
talkSPORT Drive with Andy Goldstein. Monday to Friday afternoon from 4 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.